Well, always something. Okay. My hair. Always my hair. Oh. Daisy, go be a goat. Go be a goat, Daisy. Chickens and goats. At least the horses are in the pasture. They are enjoying some nice spring greens. Yep. And tonight, I will be rounding up my last hens that are free-ranging and loose, and they will be going in the coop. I was holding off because I have a chicken that's got a swollen the wattles were swollen and purple. And it's like, I've never seen anything like it before. So, like, I didn't put them in last night. I was going to, and I didn't. And I should have. I wish I had. But I gave the hen some Benadryl last night, and she seemed a little better this morning when I gave her another dose. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and put the other hens in with them. It is a beautiful, warm, sunny day here in Southeast Kentucky. And in case you don't know who I am, I'm Mom H, and this is Honey Hollow Homestead. And I am coming to you from inside my barn. The computer is sitting on top of the feed bins, and you've got my workbench behind me. It's my table saw, and I got some major cleanup to do in here. But I'll tell you, we thought it was crazy before. It was even crazier this last week. I kid you not. Oh boy. But the daffodils are up. The daffodils are up and in full bloom. Today is the first day of spring. And it's all downhill from here, right? Oh boy. Our week has been like this. You saw my videos that I posted. We had a set of twins born by Coco, which was a surprise. And then Daisy went into labor, and unfortunately, she lost her kid. They had to pull him out of her. He was dead inside. So that's my dairy goat. So we have been milking her twice a day. Oh my goodness. Oh, the amount of milk she gives. Oh, she I kid you not, half gallon in one milking. She is capable of producing. Question is, are we capable of milking? I'm telling you, my arms, my hands are so exhausted. Thankfully, I talked my husband into helping me with some of the milking. And he would always brag about how he used to milk a kid when he used to milk a cow when he was young. Okay, I don't know if it was preteen or early teens. I'm not sure which, but he said his family had a farm for a short period of time, and they had a milk cow, and he milked the milk cow, and and he kept saying that. Well, he wasn't coming out to milk. He wasn't coming out to milk. I was doing it. It's like finally I said, you know what? It's time you put your money where your mouth is. Get out here and you can milk her. Guess what? He actually did a half decent job. He did better than I did. He's not to where he can milk her out yet. You got to build up to it. But he gets her going, and he just about gets her milked out, and then when he's played out, then I jump in there and I milk. I finish her out. And I don't know how much she gave this morning because she went and the milk bucket, and there was a kid laying underneath the milk stand, and it just got drenched with her milk. The poor thing. So I don't know if Mama cleaned it up or not. I don't know. I haven't had. It's one of the Coco's twins, and they're a little harder to get close to. Whereas Mama's kids, they're right there with me, which is good because we're keeping her dough. But the buck is super friendly too, and thankfully the buck really likes Daisy, and I've seen him a couple times hanging with her. He doesn't nurse off of her, of course, because he nurses off his own mama. But he will hang with her a bit, so that's good. Because one of the drawbacks to having a dairy goat who has lost its kid is that they become very attached to you, and it's like if I'm outside and she can see me, she's got to be there with me. And it's not just there with me. She's, like right there, and I'm trying to get stuff done and she's right there. So anyway, now I'm trying to figure out what to do with all this milk. As we just, the idea, the plan was, and I think I mentioned this in the video, was to have a kid and kid share. I was hoping that she would have twins because I was warned that she produces a lot of milk. And so I was hoping she would have twins. And so we would be able to take what we needed. Okay. And the kids would have the rest. And, maybe at some point we would get a feeder calf, a bottle baby feeder calf, so that it would need milk and we could feed Daisy's milk to the calf. We're not ready for that. We are not ready for that. And I know that. So I don't know when I'll get around to doing that. I don't know if we'll be with her at this point anytime soon. I'm not going to hold my breath because I'm not going to get into a feeder calf unless I'm ready. And I know I'm not ready. Another bit of news. I should have brought my bottle of water out. I'm getting dry. So I've just been freezing the milk. Okay. I took her colostrum to begin with. I probably could have got more than what I did, but I'd never milked anything before in my life. So, it was all I could do to get what I did get. So I froze that and I have it labeled in my freezer as colostrum. So if we ever need it or if anybody else ever needs it, I have it. We do that. And with the shots that she got, the vet said that, we could use her milk. Last weekend, we could start using her milk. Well, I had just bought a gallon of milk from the store. So we didn't need milk. So we just finished that milk up today. So now we'll be starting to use Daisy's milk. No more buying milk. No more buying eggs. We got eggs coming out the wazoo. And we've got milk now coming out the wazoo. I'll tell you. I did give some milk to one of my Amish friends. They have a newborn. And she's nursing, but I think they use goat's milk as like an addition or something. I don't know. But anyway, I don't remember how old the baby is. She's maybe at least a month old. I lose track of time. She's at least a month old, and he asked for goat's milk for the baby. So I said sure. Gave him a whole half gallon jar of it. So if they need more, I said all you have to do is ask. I wasn't gonna. He asked me how much. I said I wasn't gonna charge. He has done, him and his brother-in-law have done so much for me. I am not even going to ask for anything from them. They have gone above and beyond helping me. They were here for me when we had to go through that with Daisy. And Oh man, I tell you what. Okay, well, forget about goats for a minute. Yeah, a year old. You would not believe what happened. We had gone to town. I took the guys to work. Was going to take the guys to work, and the transmission went on the truck. Lovely. So, okay, I'll tell you, I firmly believe if you drive an older vehicle, it is worth the money to get AAA. It's just worth it. Okay. Um, we usually do end up driving older vehicles, so just to get the free tows, it's worth it. So I was all the way in town. I was like half an hour away, and the transmission went. Actually, it was third gear. I could still move, so we were able to get it parked in a safe place. Hello, Daisy. Go be a goat, Daisy. She hears my voice. So I called AAA. The guys arranged a ride for them. And, oh, by the way, you call AAA right now, they say, due to the pandemic or COVID or whatever it is they call it, our drivers are not, they're adhering to social distancing, CDC rules, whatever. I don't remember the whole spiel they give, but they give this spiel, and that you are not permitted to drive with the driver. Well, that may be true in other parts of the country, but that ain't true in these parts. So both drivers. Oh, did I say both drivers? Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. So the transmission goes out. I arrange for a tow, okay, through AAA. And I have them take it to the mechanic that was doing work on the truck. And I parked it in there, had him park it in there. And I talked to the mechanic, and he said he didn't know when he was going to be able to get to it. They don't really do transmissions. So, but it said it would be like a month out. And that's what I hear from everybody around here. When it comes to a transmission, unless you're going to do it yourself, they're a month out. 2 weeks at the absolute earliest, and even then you're like really lucky, but a month out, which is one reason why we didn't bother getting the Pathfinder fixed. We just went ahead and sold it because, we couldn't sit around without a vehicle for a month. Well, this time we didn't have the money to buy another vehicle. Okay. And I figured, okay, this is a Chevy Tahoe. I figured it might be a little bit easier to get a transmission for it. Which, by the way, just as a side note, I spoke to the guy who bought the Pathfinder from me. Okay. He had to come get the title. And he had a new transmission in the back of his truck. And he said that he had a devil of a time trying to find a transmission for it. There was none around. He had to drive a ways. He finally found one, but he had to drive a ways to go get it. And he's going to be putting it himself, I guess. And I'm hoping and praying it works for him, because other than transmission, it's a decent vehicle. So if he can get it in and it works for him, then he's got himself a pretty good vehicle, I think. So he seemed happy about it, So, I mean, I didn't charge very much for the vehicle. I figured about what the body and the tires and the aluminum wheels were worth. And I figured, okay, well, I'll at least get that much, And I was told afterwards when another guy came that I probably could have gotten twice that much money for it. I said, but when you don't know if it'll even work, I'm okay. I'm okay. And I think I mentioned that when I talked about last time. Anyway, back to the Tahoe. Okay. So I tried looking into renting something. Okay. Well, I thought, okay, well, the U-Haul, they're like $20 a day. And if we don't drive it much, we won't accumulate that much in the way of mileage. So I was thinking about a U-Haul van, not a truck, not one of those box trucks, just a van, utility van, or even a pickup truck. Well, the U-Haul closest to us does not have the smaller vehicles. It's only a box truck or nothing. They might have some trailers, but that wasn't going to help me any. So now she's laying out here on the ground in the sun. She hears my voice. So anyway, by the way, this is a box of egg cartons. Oh, roosters, give it a rest. They're picking on the hens. Well, guess what? The hens are going to get penned up tonight. I'm sorry. I'll get into that in a minute. Yeah. So, well, I got a phone call. What was it? Friday night. This was not this past Friday, last Friday. Okay. I didn't do a live stream last week. Roosters, I got to get rid of some roosters. Take a note. Hey! Sorry, Daisy, I wasn't going after you. I was after those stupid roosters. Too many roosters for the number of hens. Welcome to Life on the Farm. Okay. Yeah. You're okay, Daisy. So I get a phone call from one of my Amish friends. Okay. And they say, you know what? We don't want to wait a month. I said, yeah, well, that's what they told me, you know. And they said, well, our friend here, he figures we can do it. And and they've got a transmission that if it works, you can have it. I said, do you have a problem if we go and get it? I said, you know what? Knock yourselves out. I figured they couldn't make things any worse than what they were, right? So, so here you go. My Tahoe gets picked up by two Amish and an Englishman. Okay? Because the Amish can't technically drive. They know how to drive. Okay? But technically they're not supposed to. Okay? So they go and get it and take it to their friend's place, who happens to be, I don't think he's a full-fledged mechanic, but he's got mechanical ability, and his father-in-law is a mechanic. I think it's his father-in-law. Anyway, there's mechanical stuff all around, okay? So they park it in his barn, and they work on it. I figure, okay, I've always heard that transmission job is a major undertaking. That's what I've always heard, okay? I don't know. I've never done it. I'm not a mechanic. I'm just a mechanic's daughter. And he got out of mechanical stuff when I was young. But anyway, Michigan Daffodil, hi. I almost didn't see you there. I'll pull up a little bit further. Yeah, I've got Daisy at the gate here. She hears my voice. Daisy, you need to go be a goat. You really do. And I'm not letting her in here because she'll get into the alfalfa. And then she'll poop all over the place. Okay. So I got two Amish and an Englishman going to work on replacing the transmission in my Tahoe. And I figured, well, this is going to take a while. What was it? Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I forget which day it was. It was Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay. I get a phone call at night, late at night. It's like, do you want your truck back? And I said, did you fix it? They got it running. You're kidding. In less than a week. Wow. And apparently, the two Amish, they did most of the work. The other guy just like got under there and helped them a little bit when they needed it. Okay, just for mainly for instruction, but they did most of the work. So, oh, by the way, this is the guy. The friend is the guy that was here with his wife who helped me with Daisy. Okay, so anyway, so we get the truck back. Okay, and they figure, okay, well, we want you to take us to work in the morning. Okay, that's fine. So I take them to work. That was on Thursday. Yeah, it was a Wednesday night. Okay, because I took them to work for Thursday, and they did their thing. I picked them up after work. Everything was good. Friday. Wait a second. No. Because Thursday it rained, so they didn't work on Thursday. They worked on Wednesday, so it was a Tuesday night. I tell you, things are crazy. Amish are hard workers and very mechanical. Who knew they'd fix the vehicle? Oh, I tell you, oh, wait, that's not all they did. Okay. So they did the transmission. Okay. So this was Wednesday night, got it back. No, Tuesday night, got it back. Took them to work Wednesday. Thursday, it rained. Friday, they figured, well, the weather is still kind of iffy. So they figured, well, they were waiting for materials delivery at the work site. So they figured, okay, we'll go in and we'll wait for the material delivery so they can pay for it. And then because the weather was still iffy, they'd go and look at some other jobs to give them a bid. Okay, so that was fine. So we get there, we're a little bit early. The guy is at least 45 minutes out. Okay, 45 minutes to an hour out. You know, I hadn't planned on doing extra running, so I was hungry. And one of the guys, he was hungry, so I figured, well, you know what? Bojangles is just up the corner there. Why don't we just go up there and we'll get some breakfast and we'll come back. Go through Bojangles drive-through, no problems. Go to leave. Now on the way in, things were a little. It was like it wasn't. It was kind of hesitant, but it wasn't continuous. It was just a little bit hesitant. Okay, but then it would kick in. Is it okay? I wonder what's going on here. Okay, I thought maybe battery or something. Anyway, so just as we were leaving Bojangles, we were right at the drive-through and we're just about ready to pull out. I go to give it the gas and it shut off. It just went dead. Okay, great. That's not good. So I started up again. Now, I've had vehicles die on me when the idle hasn't been quite right, and I just started up again, and you just kind of play with the gas pedal a little bit. Okay, I thought, well, maybe it was just the idle thing. Okay. Go to give it the gas, died. It would not stay running. Absolutely not. It's like, great. So we're in the drive of the Bojangles, okay, to go out onto the road. I got traffic behind me wanting to get out. Well, the one guy gets past me. Okay. Then the other guy, one of the Amish guys, gets out and talks to him. He just happens to have a tractor at the next business right next door, and he offers to tow me to where I'm out of the way. I said, okay. Cherry soda is good. I have to remember that. Well, I tend to go there for breakfast. I'm not really big on spicy food, and I find their chicken's a little bit spicier than what I like. But I love the breakfast sandwich. I love the breakfast sandwich. It's really good. So anyway, so gets me towed up into the parking lot. And that was fun because no power steering, no power brakes. Okay. So power steering especially would have been nice. I eventually got out and my Amish friend got in so he could steer. He was stronger than me. It's spicy for me. Don't let me distract you. I'm so easily distracted. So anyway, so we get towed up there. And, okay, so what's wrong with it? We're trying to figure it out. Okay. Sounds like it's not getting fuel, so it could be the fuel pump. Okay. Or because I had drained the battery the other night and I wasn't sure it was really charged, I could have really messed up the battery. Maybe it's the battery. Okay. Because we it did start with a jump, but it didn't stay started. Um, so they called their friend again, and he just happened to be on his way to work, and it was, he would have to go right by there. So it was just a matter of minutes, and he was there. He backed into the right next to us so he could, hook up the battery and see if that was the problem. So we hooked it up and turned it on. It started, okay, but then as soon as I put the gas on, it died. So that pretty much told us it's not the battery because it was still hooked up. So we figured it probably is the fuel pump. It's like, great. Alrighty then. Well, guess what? I was getting ready. I was going to say, just we'll tow it back to the mechanic, And I said, no, you're not towing it back to the mechanic. You tow it to our house. And then they said, no, tow it to his place, their English friend. And so that at least that, we have it in the building and whatnot. And I wasn't sure because I know where they wanted to put the vehicle, and I wasn't sure that the tow truck driver could get it in there. You know what? I don't know why I keep second guessing these guys. If they're driving around here in Kentucky with all these hills and narrow roads and everything, and it's like that's what it is here in Kentucky. Okay, I gotta stop thinking like a flatlander, Oh no, fuel pumps are expensive. Well, it's not as bad as a transmission would have been if they had bought a brand new transmission. But anyway, so they went and they got a fuel pump in town there. Oh, don't mind me. My family up north are having a thing today, so I'm going to be getting chirps on my phone. So stick that over there. So anyway, so they go ahead and they get a fuel pump. Okay. Oh, did I tell you this was on a Friday again in town? Okay. So the transmission went on a Friday in town, and the fuel pump went on a Friday in town. I called AAA. I said, you know what? This is getting to be a bad habit. So the girl on the other end, she just laughed at me. I said, we just went through this last week with the transmission. Now it's the fuel pump. So, yeah, it was, the guys don't want to drive with me to town on a Friday anymore. It's to say. Oh, so we just take it to their English friend, and they got the pump Friday before they came out from town, and they changed it Saturday. They did all the work. They had experience in dropping the fuel tank on that thing because they fixed the fuel line. They had to drop the tank a little bit in order to be able to get into the fuel line, and they had fixed that. So now they've fixed the fuel line. They fixed the transmission. They fixed the fuel pump to replace the fuel pump. It's like, I'm going to tease them. They're going to have to open a garage. That's all there is to it. But man, I tell you, I just talk about a crazy week. So, yeah. So hopefully, nothing else will go wrong with the truck. Now, because I had driven, yes. So I'm planning on, my check gets deposited on Wednesday. And so, Kentucky Hilltop Home. We had a water pump go out on there. Oh, don't mention water pump, please. I know I'm not ready for the water pump. Because of where it's located, the cost to fix was crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Oh, well. But those foreign cars are a little more complicated, too. This is a 99 Chevy Tahoe. Okay? So supposedly, you would think it'd be a little bit easier to fix. Well, so far, the Amish have been able to fix it. But anyways, yeah. So because I had run the battery down before, I am gonna pop into, so long as there's no more problems, I'm going to pop into an Advanced Auto or AutoZone or something where they can test the battery for me and see if there's any issues with the battery. And if there is, I'll just get a new battery to replace it and get so that I nip that right in the bud so I don't have any additional problems. And hopefully, oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I was thinking Toyota. Okay. I think it's the T that threw me off. Well, you know what they say about Fords. Down on road dead or fix and repair daily. I'm sorry. My father was not a Ford man. He was definitely a Chevy man. So I got all the bad jokes for Ford, okay? Anyways, so yeah, that was my exciting week. I just, what are you going to do? And then, we replaced 2 fuel pumps. Oh, really? On a 99 truck. Will be same chassis and engine, I think. Oh, that's possible. Yeah. My husband is a Ford guy. Oh, okay, yeah. The fuel pump, they got the lifetime warranty on it. Now, if it had been me picking it up, I would not have done it. People say I should. Well, they went ahead and did, so we'll see. Maybe I'll be happy that they did. And I asked them, okay, whose lifetime? My lifetime or the truck's lifetime? So, I mean, after all, it is a 99. Angel! What are you doing, Angel? Jumped up on the pile of feed bags I got over here. I need to clean that up. I tell you. So then this morning, I go out to milk. And I don't know, I was almost done milking her. And for whatever reason, she decided she was going to shift or something. And she got her foot in the bucket and spilled all the milk all over the kid that was laying underneath the milking stanchion. The poor kid. So, but anyway, when I came out from milking her, there was a trail of orange feathers. Angel, what? That's me. Angel, come here, you. She's grabbing onto me. Anything, you? Yeah, so say hi. Look, say hi to everybody. Say hi. You say hi. You're not looking at the camera. I'm right up here. Right up here. You're going to ignore me. You got other things on your mind, don't you? Yes, I think it has to do with whatever our fathers were. My father was a Chevy guy. Chevy and GMC. So, which are basically the same thing. So, but anyway. Yeah, so, yeah, there was a trail of feathers this morning. And I don't remember them being there when I went into milk, but they were there when I came out from milking. And it's like, great, something got one of my birds. And I was trying to think, most of my buff Orpingtons, the hens anyway, are penned up. They're in the coop. They were locked up. I haven't been letting them out for a couple days. And, but it seems to me I had 1 or 2 buffs that were still over here with this group that were in the old goat shelter. And they're not, I can't pen them up just yet. Okay. So, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen, I was looking around. I didn't see it. There was at least 1, if not 2 buffs that were hanging with these girls. I had a couple that I caught to put in there. And then I've got 1 up on the, in the brooder box. So that leaves me with 4 lavender Orpingtons that are here. They're still loose. I will be collecting them tonight, and they will be going in the coop because I'm not losing any more girls. Okay. The predator can get a rooster if he wants. I got roosters to spare. Okay. I still have roosters to spare. So the roosters are out. The girls are going to get penned up. Okay. Until I can get things situated. I got like a list of projects like yay long, and it keeps getting longer because I'm not getting as much done. It's slowly being done. Coloring on her, sweet. Yeah. Oh, she picked us. We didn't pick her. She picked us. she picked us when we were up in New Jersey, and she came with us, and she's been a happy kitty ever since. Um, and I'm sure she's very happy with who she picked. So she's in at night, which is fine. Because of her coloring, I'm really reluctant to leave her out. But she is a good mouser. She's a good hunter. So she'll be the one that is allowed in. But if we get any more cats, they're strictly going to be barn cats. She'll be the only one that will be allowed in the house. But I'm not looking for any more barn cats at this time. What I am looking for, though, is a livestock guardian dog. I found one breeder that is in, I think they're in central Kentucky. But they're asking like $3,000 for their dogs. It's like I cannot afford $3,000. There is no way. So I won't be getting one of their dogs. But then I found somebody else. They're down in Tennessee. Their pups are a little bit younger than what I was looking for. But the price is affordable. So I sent them an email, and we'll see if they get back to me or not. But I am actively looking for a livestock guardian dog. It's time. Just to protect all my livestock, not just the goats, but the chickens as well. It's like right after that chicken got taken, I always let the goats out because everything's starting to pop now. I let the goats out when I'm done milking in the morning, and they just kind of free range. I got free range goats. And they just kind of like stuck close. They didn't go. They started to leave, but then all of a sudden the rooster started to give the alarm. So I don't know if that whatever took that chicken was still around. I mean, I could see the trail of feathers right here by the barn. It started, and it went down the hill, across the creek, and up the next hill. So whatever it was, carted the thing away. So my first inclination is a fox. That's my first thought. Second would be a bobcat. So something that was small enough to avoid being seen easily. Usually a dog is not quite as stealthy. I'm not saying they can't be, but usually you hear more from a dog than you do a fox. A fox they're very stealthy, which is like sly like a fox, So I have a live trap, but I think it's too small for a fox. But a fox could take my kids, I think. Especially the one I have that's a little on the small side. Coco's Runt. So I'm a little concerned about that. Not to mention Little Miss. We're still waiting on Little Miss to kid. I believe Little Miss is going to be the next one to kid. And then Moo Moo will be the last one. Moo Moo is starting to bag up, but she's not there yet. Little Miss is getting there. It's like I keep looking. She's getting more swollen. She's getting more full. It's like, okay, girl, when are you going to have that kid or kids? I think she's going to have a single, personally. But you know what? I thought Coco was going to have a single too. She ended up with twins. So we'll see. I'm praying that Little Miss has a doe because I like her conformation. I would like to keep her doe because, I'm hoping that she'll have a good conformation too. Moo Moo's conformation is not as good. She's a bit on the leggy side, which is good if you want a goat for, eating brush, I do want that. But I'm also doing production goats. So, you want not quite as much leg. You want them bigger than a pygmy or a miniature. You don't want them that short. But not as big as my Seinen dairy goat. Um, so we're so that makes me a little bit concerned that I could have a small kid here, and I've got something that can carry off a chicken, a full-grown chicken. Um, it would be able to carry off a small kid, a newborn kid. So that has me concerned. So anyway, yeah, we're actively looking for a livestock guardian dog. Unfortunately, the puppies, they'd be a couple of months out before they could handle a fox. They're just too young. So I may not be able to get one before the end of the summer. So that means I got to be diligent. I'm going to have to rig up the electric fence. I might put a separate charger on the fence for over here, just to try and keep have some kind of security. Thing is, I've had things run through the electric fence before, deer primarily, and I don't know. I got to figure out how to do this. If I use the white, and I do have more white, it seems to be more visible. The yellow and black, which I had out before, it blends in too much, and they go right through it. So don't do bare wire. Don't do yellow and black twisted poly, because deer go right through it. It doesn't even faze them. So, and if I have one charger for that side of the barn and another charger for this side of the barn, I'm hoping that doesn't put too much of a strain on the chargers, and it will be a little bit more secure. That's what I'm hoping. So anyway, so that's been my crazy week. At least the truck is running. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm breaking down more pallets, because I've got to get my raised beds done. I've got one wall of one raised bed done. Okay. And it's just been, I just haven't had, I need more materials. I thought I had more ready than I did. So now I'm breaking up pallets so I have more materials, because I'm using pallets to build raised beds, because that's what I have. As you've heard from everybody else, everybody knows price of lumber is. So I'm going to use the free pallets where I can. And I do have to buy some fence boards, which I'll be doing that this week, because I want to put board fence around on the fence that's running to the barn. I want board fence. So there's going to be board fence from the barn to the waterer. Okay. And there's going to be board fence from this side of the barn, which is right by the gate. And it's going to go down the hill and go in front of the hay shelter, and I may take it all the way to the post where the gate is, but I might shift that gate and put it on the other side of the fence post. I haven't completely nailed that down yet, but that means I need to get more fence posts. Okay. I don't blame you for it's gorgeous out, and as soon as I'm done here, I'm heading back up to my pallet pile and start breaking pallets apart. Thanks for stopping in, Michigan Daffodil. So anyway, so I do have to get some fence boards, fence posts. I tell you, I had to get some pressure treated for the rainwater catchment for the goats, and all they had was a 16-footer. I said, okay, can you cut it in half for me? No problem. It was $27 for that 16-foot 4x4. Okay. So, that's a lot of money. I can't do all of the fence that I want to do. That's just a lot of money. I'm just going to have to put it out little by little. I could get the at the sawmill, the green lumber for a fraction of the cost, and just burn the ends. Or actually, I could just burn the whole post, and that way that will help preserve it too. And then I wouldn't have to paint it black, right? Everybody likes black fence around here, it seems like. Myself, I like white, but hey, what can I say? So anyway, I'm just kind of toying with what to do there. Eventually, I would like to have board fence going right on up the driveway to my property line. And then from there, I'm still exploring what kind of fence to do. Not the field fence because the holes are too small, but there's another kind of fence, and I forget what they call it off the top of my head right now. Oh, Heaven's Bound Homestead. Hi, how you doing? Thank you for praying for me. Believe me, I can use every bit of it. Yeah, so the wire fence, I may see about how much it would cost me to hire somebody to do that, because I don't think I can do running a fence line, the wire fence. When my neighbor was younger, he did it, but I don't think he can. It would be fair to ask him to do it now, you know. And I don't know if my Amish friends can do it. They've strung barbed wire. I don't know if they might have. I don't know. But they're busy with their own business, so I don't want to ask them. But anyway, I'll figure that out. It's right now the electric fence that I have down there. It's working. Okay, I haven't had anything run through it. The only thing I've had happen was branches fall down on it. Okay, and what that has done is stretched it, so I have to tighten it up in places. Okay, but other than that, it's worked. It's done its job. I haven't had any deer, knock on wood, run through it where it's been the white electric fence. So, but the electric fence does not keep young kids in. I have to finish putting the electric fence on around their pen over here, so that I can train the kids to electric fence. I really do have to get that done. So between that and the raised beds, I also need to build a larger chicken coop. The goat shelter down here, the former goat shelter, I want to make that into a chicken coop. Okay, where I can lock them up. And I also want to expand the one I have over here, because that's not really big enough. Okay, they're really tight in there. So, it's just so many projects, and we won't even talk about working. Okay, I think Mama's got it in hand. I hear a kid calling for Mama, and Mama's going over. If it's a sticky situation, then they'll get a really frantic call. So anyway, it's been long enough. I really do have to get back to work. It's been a beautiful day, and I need to take advantage of it. But since I didn't do a live stream last week, and things were just so crazy, I just figured, well, I'll just get on here and let you guys know what all kinds of fun I've been having. That's my friend, Dizzy's Doings. That's my friend from up north. So, but anyway, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll get to work. All right. So have a good one, everybody. This is Mom H with Honey Hollow Homestead. So enjoy the beautiful day today, and I'll see you next time.